Hey guys, welcome back to this Sunday live, and I hope that you join us. I don't know, it's a Sunday, so most people will be partying somewhere or the other, but hopefully you join us. And today we're gonna talk about the recent halt on the EOS network, and it's not as serious as everyone thought it would be. The bug in the EOS network, it's not as serious as everyone thought it would be. In fact, the EOS mainnet is already up and running and the transactions are already on, and in fact there are some positives out of these bugs. The positives is that if there is any issue with the EOS network, it can be resolved immediately because all the block producers are reachable and the community is stronger. And also there are people who are saying that if the same kind of issue was there with the Ethereum network or any other kind of network, this would have taken about 10 days or 15 days. But with EOS, it just took about 6 hours and they were able to resolve the EOS issue. However, this EOS is not yet trading on any of the exchanges. I can see here on the coin market, EOS is currently transitioning to the mainnet. Please stay up to date with the exchanges you are using and bit action is needed. So usually it takes about 48 hours from the voting for all the US tokens to be released before they get traded. So I hopefully they will get traded maybe another 1 or 2 days, because it's been more than 48 hours. But I think this was issued because of the mainnet, right? So let's see who all is live. So it's a Sunday. Thank you so much for hitting the like. Really appreciate that, guys. Okay, let me read some chats now. Hey Gaurav, what's up? Har Har Mahadev, Ho Shiv, Har Har Mahadev. Exactly. So yeah, so the good news right now, Gaurav, is the EOS mainnet launch, because honestly there was some serious concern, and in fact I tweeted this morning saying that what exactly is happening, because this is not something that, okay, this is, by the way, nobody actually was there. I could not post it because this was a very, very important tweet which I could not post it. But anyway, talking about the EOS mainnet, right? So this is something that I tweeted this morning, the recent halt on EOS mainnet. Now, one thing is for sure, that even though they're saying that there are some positives out of this bug, since the community was able to come together, all the block producers came together, spoke to each other, and they were able to resolve the issue. But the problem is this, that it looks like centralized way. I mean, if you want to know who are the people who are actually mining Bitcoin, where all Bitcoin is mined, there is no way anyone can find out where all the Bitcoin is mined. And that is why it's unbreakable. It's truly decentralized. But when you talk about the EOS, and when you ask that where is EOS being, where are these EOS block producers based, which country, which locations, they are all visible. So you can see there is EOS New York, EOS India, EOS Africa, EOS Korea, EOS China. So it's very well possible that if at all EOS has to be censored, and then it can be censored, right? So that's actually a very scary part. Hi Muzaffir, hi Gaurav. Thank you so much everyone for coming. By the way, it's a Sunday. I'm not sure, you must be with your family or maybe enjoying, but thank you really so much for coming up. Yeah, exactly. So let me hear it from you. What do you think about, what's your opinion on EOS? There are different wallets that they have spoken about, different EOS wallet, which I'm going to be covering maybe tomorrow. The Nano Ledger will also be supporting EOS tokens, so that's a good news once again. But in a nutshell, the thing is that they actually also set up a Telegram group just to solve this issue, right? And to be honest, they were very quick enough to solve this issue. This was solved just within 6 hours, and there were of course 21 block producers which are working on it, and there are other block producers which are on standby mode, right? I think there are about 149 or 160 block producers in total all over the globe, And it's wonderful to see that these block producers came together and were able to solve this issue. By the way, the software, the bug, the fix was the fix for the bug was provided by the block.1. So as you can see, Dan Larimer is still very much active within this space. So it's not that he handed over the software to the community and now he disappeared. He is very well working. Within 6 hours of time, he was able to provide a fix, and then all of a sudden now all the block producers are functioning as normal. So that's a good news, but let me know what's your opinion on that. There is nothing happening to the price. Of course, there is no trading at all happening for the US right now. It's on the rank number 5. It is on the rank number 5. Amazing to see. The market doesn't look to respond well. Super Bitcoin is 700% up. Super Bitcoin is 700% up. Who created the Super Bitcoin? Is it really a hard fork, or is it, oh my god, crazy, isn't it? Oh, you can't even see the chart. I mean, I think I'll have to see just 1 day chart. Look at this. Oh my god, from $7. This is crazy. From $7 to $60. Wow. Some really pump and dump, some serious pump and dump going on there. Thought on Zilliqa. Zilliqa is great, Muzaffir. Zilliqa is something that I've covered already on the channel. I think this is one of the fastest blockchain that we have. Far better than credit, because I think there is really competition between Zilliqa and the credit right now, because both of them promise to be the fastest blockchain with millions of TPS, and both are equally good. In fact, credit had some discussions with the Indian banks here, some pictures on their Medium blog, and I think Zilliqa has got a lot of Indian team there. And Zilliqa is a global project, again good with TPS, so I'm quite positive on Zilliqa and credits both. But like I said, like I discussed this thing in the morning, that all the cryptocurrencies are very risky, especially if you cannot identify what is centralized and what is not centralized, then it is extremely risky. So yes. Gaurav, how is it raining heavily in Mumbai? How is the thing? Yes, it's raining. It's been raining. It's been raining heavily. I think it started about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock and started raining heavily. Right now it stopped. So, oh, it's very hot and dusty in Delhi. That's really bad. Yeah, Mumbai is pretty cold right now. Mumbai is like very cold. Bangalore is cool with rain too. Thanks for asking. Yeah. What a coin it was. Super Bitcoin, guys. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to cover tomorrow is some of the EOS wallets, because I think they have announced some of the EOS wallets which can be supported. And of course, there's nothing to worry about right now. All the things are running proper. In fact, there are some positives that you can take away from this halt, from this incident, that if at all there is an issue with the EOS mainnet, the EOS community is strong enough to come together quickly and resolve this issue. Just imagine, this bug was resolved just within 6 hours of time, which is an achievement. Because none of the decentralized network, none of the cryptocurrencies have ever got a resolution within 6 hours of time. So that's a great news. And hopefully, even in the future, if there are some issues like that, they will be able to solve. but I'm just waiting for the tokens to start trading on the exchanges. I think we'll have to wait for another 48 hours or so. But because EOS trading is still not started, so hopefully they'll start soon. Neo or Zilliqa for the short term. Short term is a risky game. I really can't suggest what's the short term. And short term, there are high chances that someone's prediction will go wrong. To be honest, I have never predicted anything short term. I have predicted everything like long term, maybe a year or so. Now the difference between Zilliqa and Neo is Neo have proved themselves to a certain extent. I mean, there are few ICOs, there are few tokens. If you look at the coin market today, there are few tokens which are still built on Neo, but let me see. But Zilliqa still have to prove, right? So as you can see on the, if you go to cryptocurrencies, tokens, and then platforms, you will see Ethereum. Of course, most of them have got Ethereum platforms. But do you see here Ontology, which is on Neo? And I think that's the only one. This is quite funny. Gas is again of Neo. That's their own. That's extremely funny, guys. Deep Brain. Okay, so you have one Deep Brain on Neo, and that's it. And there are a few more, I guess. So if you compare Zilliqa and Neo, of course, Neo is something which has proved itself in the past. But I don't think that would be the right way of comparing between Zilliqa or Neo. I think both are equally good project. Hey Shay, what's your idea on the current market cap when we will the writing up? Well, the market cap is horrible right now compared to what it was. I mean, we were talking about 380, 390 and $400 billion and just a couple of months back. So $280 billion is not a huge market. It's really not something that we can be really excited about, to be very honest. But you know, here's the thing, right? The cryptocurrencies are the long-term thing, and it is quite possible that someone might not get this opportunity ever again in future. For example, to buy Bitcoin at the 6,500. So maybe this is the last chance for most people actually to get hands on some of the cryptocurrencies. This is a long-term game. So in a year from now, in 6 months from now, I definitely see a different figure altogether. Maybe about 350 or maybe even 400 or maybe even $500 billion. So what I think is now, since these cartel movements are coming and many more things are happening, I think cryptocurrencies are not going to behave in the same way it has behaved so far over the last 3 to 4 years. I think now cryptocurrency market is going to have a steady and slow growth. It's not going to be having that kind of bull run. It will have like a slow growth. For example, it might go from 280 to 300, and then next month 320, then next month 350, then next month 400, you know, slow and steady, quite possible. Well, Nucleus Vision, Nucleus Gas, the only cryptocurrencies that I see from India, and not really from India, but by an Indian team, which was like kind of, they had an ICO and then started trading very quickly on the exchanges. So at least people were able to in cash or exit whoever wanted to. So that's a good thing. But in terms of price, in terms of performance, in terms of building up the project, they have not been very active. You know, as long as I know, I remember that they did a couple of partnerships with a few retail stores in Mumbai. And after that, there have been absolutely no partnerships that they're doing. And so I'm not extremely bullish on Nucleus Vision, by the way, because this serves to the retail industry. You know, this is only for the retail industry, like a mall wherein these brands like Nike and Adidas and all these brands will be able to build a good relationship with the customers, will be able to identify their needs and all. But I really don't see this kind of model really working. But again, I may be wrong. But I would love that this really goes ahead. Suggest some long-term coin other than Bitcoin. So there's some long-term coin other than Bitcoin, in my opinion, is well, I have Cardano, right? EOS, Cardano. Tron, I wouldn't want to suggest, but again, it's a good coin if you can really trust on that. NEM is definitely a good cryptocurrency. VeChain is a long term. Ontology is long term. Qtum is long term. Icon is long term. Decred network, I've not heard much of it. I didn't read much about it because Decred has been there for 3 to 4 years now, but they haven't done anything amazing. Yeah, so if you're asking for some long-term coin, I think Walton Chain just had an update. Some kind of chip is what they have started manufacturing. So, but I can give you more update maybe tomorrow. So some long-term coin, go for VeChain. I think VeChain is good. Icon is good. Omisgo is good. Ontology, Qtum. And yeah, these are some of the cryptocurrencies which are really long-term. Example for EOS as well. How is your Sunday been, guys? How is your Sunday been? 12 people watching. Hit that like, guys. All right, amazing to see you all on the Sunday. Usually people are like chilled out on Sunday and a weekend, but good to see. In fact, do you know, I really want to share this with you. So I think most people actually left the cryptocurrency space. And I don't see a lot of people into the chat nowadays, people who used to come earlier. And also from the general other sentiments from the market, what it seems like that most people have actually quit the cryptocurrency space, have gone back to their traditional investing and whatnot. They don't research about cryptocurrencies anymore. Can you believe that? And I think there is more curiosity when the cryptocurrency markets are really hot. For example, it was in the month of November and December. There's so many people who got excited about it. Probably they entered. And maybe the reason of some of people going back to the fiat money and not really, taking any update of cryptocurrency space or not really looking into cryptocurrency space would also be maybe because they didn't had a very good experience of cryptocurrency. So it looks like a lot of people actually have given up on cryptocurrencies. So that's the case. But of course, you are serious. You are here. You are listening to the conversation. So you are doing research. So of course, you are serious. Yeah, people are moving out and this will bring boom again in some time and that will create FOMO. Any thought on EOS Jerry Stan? So I think this video is about EOS. So the thought on EOS, I'm extremely bullish. Still, I'm extremely bullish. We had some kind of bug yesterday which lasted about 4 hours. So there are two things that you can take away. First is you can take out some negative, saying that well, it was just about 48 hours and the mainnet was launched. They raised about 4 billion and within 48 hours you have this issue, and all of a sudden and the positive things that you can also think of, that there was an issue and it got resolved within 4 hours of time, and whole community came together and they discussed. One of the major issue in the decentralized network that you have is really to get everyone together, really to get everyone mindset together, So that's been one of the biggest issue. It was there with Bitcoin, the hard fork, soft fork debate, SegWit debate, Litecoin debate, Bitcoin Cash debate. It was there with Ethereum, but that's not really the case with EOS. They were able to solve it within 4 hours. So maybe that's a positive. But of course, there are some negatives as well, saying that, how could all the block producers come on a conference call, so that the locations of these block producers, then you can, it's not censorship resistance enough. So yeah, there's some positives and negatives as well. Please discuss about ETC, Ethereum Classic. The only thing that I know about Ethereum Classic, Honestly, I'm more bullish on Ethereum than Ethereum Classic, and one of the reason I do that because the creator of Ethereum himself, he supports Ethereum. He does not support Ethereum Classic. But of course, there was a recent news about Ethereum Classic that it has been listed on the Coinbase, and that's a big news for any cryptocurrency, for example, because all of a sudden, all the people, everyone in US can now buy these cryptocurrencies with the help of the US dollar. And generally, we do see the price growth, we do see the price jump that way. But I don't think anything like that happened with the US. I think with Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic has been pretty stable. Let's look at the 7-day chart. So here you are. Okay, I think June 12th is when they announced. So yes, you can see a little bit of price jump from $12 to it went to $15, but again it dropped down to $13. Today it's trading about $14. So I want to make 70x to quit crypto. Amazing. Yeah, 70x, 100x. That should be the goal. You're not here for like 2%, 5%, 6%, isn't it? But I don't want to give any financial advice. But of course, when somebody enters into crypto space, they really enter for 10x, 20x. Look at Bitcoin today. Bitcoin is almost 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000x. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I think it was wonderful having you on a Sunday evening. And get involved with the crypto space because this is emerging. I think it's really important that we have a long-term goal, and also we be safe. I mean, like I discussed this thing in the morning today, that how cryptocurrency can really be manipulated by printing their own cryptocurrencies. I mean, the government currency, which is US dollar and fiat money, is only printed by the government. Now, all of a sudden, everyone is creating their own currency. You know, so what is the real value of the currency? Nobody really knows. While I understand that there are some projects which have some technological advances, some great features, which really work on the technology, but while some of the projects are extremely centralized, and it is like issuing your own currency on the Ethereum network and then selling them against Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin with those useless and scrap currency. Think about that. That's really dangerous, you know. And so I would have actually been more happy if it was just one cryptocurrency, which was Bitcoin, and that was traded against Bitcoin, and that was traded against INR and USD. So if there was just one cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin would be anywhere around $20,000. Maybe I'm not talking practical though. But yes, it is highly manipulative. It is highly manipulative. Elastos is also a good project. We need to believe the technology. Thanks for your time. Have a great week ahead. Good night. Thank you so much, Ave. Yes, we need to believe in the technology, and Elastos is also a good project. I think Elastos, some people from Elastos were trying to reach out to me. Probably I'll have to check with them once again. But yes, Elastos is also a good project. Thank you so much, Dinakar, for letting me know. Your time on Sunday. Very proud of you. Helping community. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much. BTC going stable at 6.5. Yes, it's pretty much stable at 6.5. So a lot of people were saying that it's going below 5 or 5.8 or 4.8 or whatever. But I'm happy to see that staying at 6.5, and hopefully it jumps from here. Hopefully it takes an upward movement from here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Have a great Sunday night. Good night.